question 11. Measure the length PQ. Right, well now because this is scale, I'm going to cheat a bit here and give you the answer from the mark scheme. But if you measure from there to there on a full size A4 paper, it should give you 9.2 centimetres. Okay, now mark with a cross the midpoint of the line. Okay, well the midpoint of the line is going to be in the middle. And what you should have, although that doesn't look anywhere near the middle, let's get rid of that, sorry. Okay, middle of the line, and what you should have is 4.6 centimetres either side on your full scale drawing. Right, draw a line perpendicular to the line PQ that passes through point P. Okay, well perpendicular means at a right angle. So I'm going to draw, and I'm now going to attempt to use my protractor because we need it exactly at a right angle with the line. So you're going to have a line going straight up, okay, and that is at a right angle. So you need a right angle there. Okay, I'm not very good with the drawing on the screen. Number 12. Okay, lots of words here. Beatrice has some books. Caroline has 2 times as many books as Beatrice. Dolly has 7 more books than Caroline. They have a total of 57 books. Wow. Dolly says, if I give some books to Beatrice, each of us would have the same number of books. Is Dolly correct? Okay, so let's work out how many books they've got each. So if Beatrice has some books, we'll say X. Caroline has 2 times as many books as Beatrice, so she's going to have 2X, 2 lots of Beatrice's books. Now Dolly has 7 more books than Caroline, so she's going to have 2X plus 7 with a total of 57. So let's actually work this out. So we've got X plus 2X plus 2X plus 7. So we're adding all the books together, and that is all going to equal 57. So we have 5x plus 7 is 57. So let's solve it. Take away the 7. Doing your inverses gives you 5x equals 50. Well, 50 plus 7 is 57. So 5 lots of something is 50. So actually we've got 10. So Beatrice had 10. Caroline had 20 and Dolly had 27. So Dolly says, if I give some books to Beatrice, each of us will have the same number of books. Well, no, because if Dolly gave 10 books to Beatrice, so she's got the same as Caroline, Dolly would only have 17. So you can't just by, let's just write that down. So if Dolly gave B 10 more books, B and C will both have 20, but D will have 17. So it's not actually possible without actually using some of Caroline's books. Okay, next question. Okay, so we have got a rectangular wall which is 6 meters by 1 meter 80. Fiona is going to cover the wall with rectangular tiles. Each tile is 60 centimeters by 30 centimeters. 3/5 of the tiles will be white, some of the tiles will be green, the rest of the tiles will be blue. Sounds a delight. The ratio of the number of green tiles to the number of blue tiles will be 1 to 3. Assuming there's no gaps between the tiles, how many tiles of each colour? Wow. Okay, so let's actually figure out how many tiles we need first of all. Well, if they're 60 centimetres wide and we've got to cover 6 metres, imagine if we've got a rectangle, which is, let's put it into, so that's 600 centimetres by 180 centimetres. We can get 10 tiles going across there, because 60 goes into 600 10 times. Now we can do how many 30s go into 180. So we need to do 180 divided by 30, which is 6. So we actually have, bear in mind this is an area, so it's 10 by 6. So we've got 10 in each row, we've got 6 rows, so there's 60 tiles in total. Okay, now we know 3/5 of the tiles are white, so we need to work out 3/5 of 60. Well, 1/5 of 60 is basically 60 divided by 5, which is 12. So 3/5 of 60 will be 36. I've seen this question before somewhere. Okay, so now we've got, what have we got left? 60 tiles in total, 36. So 24 in the ratio of the green and blue. So we need to do 24 shared in the ratio of 1 to 3. So every time there's 1 green, there are 3 blue. So there's 4 bits in total. So we need to do 24 divided by 4, which is 6. So we'd have 6 of the green tiles, and then we would have 18 of the blue. So 36, 6, and 18. Okay, now Fiona is told that she should leave a gap between the tiles. If Fiona leaves a gap between the tiles, how could this affect the number of tiles she needs? Well, if there's a gap, we're not going to get as many along there or as many up there, so we would need fewer tiles. Okay, 6-mark question. Question 14. Okay, question 14. We've got phone calls cost Y for X minutes. Okay, so this is minutes going across the bottom. This is cost. Let's actually label that, make it a bit easier. So we've got minutes and we've got cost. Give an interpretation of the intercept of the Y axis. So basically, even if you don't spend any time on the call, it's still going to cost you that much. So that must be like a fixed charge. So even before you start talking, that's how much they're going to charge you. Now, interpretation of the gradient of the graph. Well, the longer you spend on the phone, the more it costs. So the gradient is basically how much it's going up every time you go across one. So it is the cost per minute. Okay. Find the equation of the straight line in the form of y equals mx plus c. Right, okay, so the c is where it crosses the y-axis. So it crosses at 0.5. Now the gradient, I'm going to go from this point here to this point here. Okay, and I'm going to draw a right angle triangle. And this is going to help me work out the gradient, because I'm going to go, every time it goes across 4, it goes up 6. So your gradient is basically this, the height, divided by a cross. So m, the gradient, is equal to 6 divided by 4, which is actually 4 goes into 6, 1.5. So the equation of our line is y equals 1.5 x plus 0.5. Okay, and that is the equation of our line. Right, okay, next question. Right, okay, so we need to work out, I've got A, B, C, D, E, work out the area. Right, so basically we've got to work out the area of all of this. Well, we don't know a formula for pentagons, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it in half. Well, it's not half, but cut it into two shapes. Let's call that one A, this one B. So area of B, quite nice, straightforward. It's a rectangle. It's 4 times 8, which is 32. And I will put my units on when I get to the answer. Right, now area of a triangle. Okay, well, it's the base, which we know is 8, but we don't know the height, because a triangle is base times height divided by 2. However, we've just been doing Pythagoras, so we can work out the height of the triangle. By doing, and it's a short side, so we basically need to do 5 squared minus 4 squared, all square rooted. So we've got square root 5 squared 25, take away 4 squared, gives us 25 minus 16 is 9. So actually the height of the triangle is 3. So now we can do area of A, or the triangle, which is base 8 times, it was 4 here because I used half of the 8, times 3 divided by 2, which is 24, which is 12. So total area, notice how I'm actually telling the examiner exactly what I'm doing, is equal to 32 plus the 12, which is 44 centimetres squared, although I know that's on the answer line. Okay, so lots of steps. Area of the rectangle, we then worked out the height of the triangle, bit of Pythagoras, and then we could work out the two areas. Right. Okay, question 16. You guys are going to need a protractor for this by the looks of it. Pie chart shows information about types of fish Simon caught on Saturday. Simon caught 2 trench. Right, okay, so that represents 2 fish. Work out the total number of fish Simon caught. Actually, well, we can do how many 45s go into 360. So we've got 45, 90, 135, I'm just adding them up here, 180. Actually, that's half of 360. So that was 2, 4, 6, 8 fish. So that was 2 fish, etc. You see what I've done? I've just gone up and doubled it. So 180 degrees is 8 fish. So 360 is 16 fish. Now, this pie chart shows information about types of fish as if caught on Saturday. Debbie says the pie charts show that Simon caught more roach than Asif caught on Saturday. Is Debbie correct? Well, no, she's not, because we don't know how many fish he caught in total. We know how many Simon caught, but we don't know how many Asif caught. So no, because we don't know total numbers. So you do need to put down a reason there, but the actual answer is no. Okay, because we don't know how many fish were caught. Right, number 17. Okay, translate shape A by the vector -3, 2. Well, -3, 2 basically means it moves to the left 3. So I'm going to take this point, 1, 2, 3, and it moves up 2, 1, 2. Next point, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you get the idea, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we're basically going to end up with the shape there. Does it say what we need to label it? No, we've just translated the shape -3 + 2. Okay, number 18. So we need to solve what x is. Well, at the moment this is saying something divided by 6 is 2.5. So we do the opposite, inverse operation. We just need to do 2.5 times 6. Well, 2.5 times 6 is 15. So 15 divided by 6 gives you the 2.5. Okay, so next question. Right, number 19. The size of the largest angle in a triangle is 5 times the size of the smallest angle. The other angle is 29 less than the largest angle. Work out in degrees the size of each angle. Okay, so size of the largest angle is 5 times the size of the smallest. Right, so if we say the smallest is x, it's very similar to the other question actually. The largest is 5x. The other angle is 29 less than the largest. So the other one, if we get the largest, take away 29. Now, I do know if we add all the angles in a triangle together, it gives you 180. So I'm going to form another equation, x plus the 5x for the large one, then plus the 5x minus 29 for the other one. And that all equals 180. So if we then add these together, it gives us 11x minus 29 equals 180. So 11x is equal to 209. So now we need to do 209 divided by 11. Okay, well, let's give it a go. Don't know my 11 times table that high, but I know 11 doesn't go into 2, but it does go into 20 once, and that gives me a remainder of 9. And 11's into 99, go 9. So actually, the smallest angle is 19. The largest angle is 5 lots of 19. So I need to do 19 times 5, which is 9 times 5 is 45, which is 95. And then I need to do 95 take away 29. I tell you what, you can write down here in these gaps, but you just need to say, put a little arrow, workings, because, oops, can't spell workings, because then the examiner knows that they have to actually look at this bit as well. So I'm doing 95 take away 29 to get the other angle. Okay, so 15 take away 9 is 6, 8 take away 2 is 6 as well. Is that right? So 66, yeah, that looks about right. How can we check we've got them right if we're not sure? These three have to add together to give 180. So 9 add 5 is 14, add the 6. So 2, 3, 12, 180 degrees. So we are right. Actually, the mark scheme is wrong. Okay, next question.